General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jordan Ashford has been approached by Jen Sidwell about joining his organization. Of course, Jordan is the deputy mayor and not a cop anymore. That doesn't mean that Jordan hasn't been undercover before. Jordan worked for the Jerome mob undercover for months when she first came to town. Jordan knows that Sidwell is dangerous and needs to be stopped. Sidwell is after his part of Port Charles and is determined to get it no matter what. The only way Jordan knows how to stop him is to go undercover to put a stop to his plans for Port Charles. Laura Collins wants nothing to do with Sidwell because of what he did to Lucky Spencer. Laura cannot be objective when it comes to Sidwell. As deputy mayor, Jordan feels it is her responsibility to stop Sidwell. Of course, it is exciting to be undercover again after all this time. Jordan may not want to go back into law enforcement, but an occasional undercover assignment might not be so bad. Sidwell's son, Marco, has now arrived in Port Charles and has gotten a job with Alexis Davis and Diane Miller. This gives Marco access to Sonny Corinthos' personal and business information, which could be very helpful to Sidwell. Alexis and Diane have no idea who they have just hired. If Marco is passing information to Sidwell, it will make it very easy for him to come after Sonny, and all of it could be done from the inside. Marco may be playing everyone to put himself in such a position. Jordan could end up being the one who exposes Marco's true missing in Port Charles as well. Jordan will be putting her life in danger if she goes undercover to stop Sidwell. Of course, Jordan has been in danger before and survived. That doesn't mean that Jordan can outsmart Sidwell. If Jordan gets exposed, Laura could also be exposed since she is looking for information to help Laura to stop Sidwell. This could also be used against Laura to say that she is siding with Sonny. Drew Kane has targeted Sonny and Laura is aware of that. Drew has also aligned himself with Sidwell and his plans. Can Jordan manage to expose Sidwell and Drew before Sidwell gets the information he needs? Will Jordan survive this mission to take Sidwell down? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Kristina almost got Rick killed on General Hospital, but she didn't mean to. She was trying to kill Ava. She got Rick and Elizabeth instead. Which means she's innocent, you see. Kristina is trying to convince Lucky, Rick, and Ava of her innocence. But it doesn't really matter because the show is obviously on her side, just like it was on Alexis' side, and Carly and Drew's side, and always, always, always on Sonny's side. In Port Charles, committing a crime is no crime. Turning someone in for committing a crime is. Remember when Nina was in the wrong for exposing Carly and Drew's insider trading? But they didn't make any money from it, so how could they be guilty? Nina was framing them. That's what she was. Remember when Ava was in the wrong for exposing Alexis' perjury? But Alexis is the most moral and upstanding and forthright person who ever lived, so how could she be guilty? Ava was in the wrong for framing her. That's what she was. Remember when Sonny, pick your favorite unpunished crime from the past 30 years, and pick the reason why Sonny wasn't to blame. Now, it's Kristina's turn to employ the family's favorite form of logic. Ava is responsible for Kristina losing her baby. Sure, the court didn't agree. There is even some debate about whether the baby was actually Kristina's, but that's not the point. Kristina drew her own conclusions, and Corinthos' conclusions are always right. This means Ava deserves to lose her own daughter, Kristina's half-sister, Avery. And the best way to cause Ava to lose her daughter is to cause Avery to lose her mother. That's Corinthos' logic. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Monday, April 14 tease worried Willow Corinthos. Plot backfired and pressure's on. Willow's worried. Ava Jerome's plot may have backfired, and the pressure's on for Laura Collins. After Kai Taylor informed Trina Robinson of his decision to accept Drew Kane's proposal, she started to feel anxious. Now she turns to her mother, Portia Robinson, to see what information she has uncovered. The main concerns Trina has may not be specifically about the medical procedure itself, but rather if Drew Kane is trustworthy. Portia had tasked Brad Cooper with reviewing all of Drew's previous medical records, including details from when he first arrived in town as Jake Doe. So is Trina's inquiry focused on the procedure or her doubts about Drew? It appears that both elements are interconnected. Following the intense confrontation between Drew, Willow, and Carly Spencer, where Jason Morgan stepped in, Willow is now filled with fear. Nina Reeves was present at Willow and Drew's home during Carly's explosive outburst and witnessed everything firsthand. As Willow reflects on Carly's menacing remarks, especially those directed at Drew regarding his various personalities, she feels a deep sense of unease. Overwhelmed with emotion, she confides in Nina, nearly trembling and on the brink of tears, expressing her fear that there might be some truth to Carly's words. Ava is currently at the hospital visiting Rick Lansing and updating him on her plot's progress. She has made the decision to take the surveillance footage showing Rick's brake lines being cut and present it to Alexis Davis to blackmail her for the estate. However, Rick warns her that this may not be as straightforward as she believes. Ava attempts to reassure Rick about his concerns, but will her persuasion be enough? Rick is not exactly enthusiastic about collaborating on a blackmail scheme against his ex-wife, who is also the mother of their daughter, especially when it involves his niece. Elsewhere, Kristina Corinthos Davis is seen in a law office, possibly her mother's, alongside Molly Lansing Davis. As Molly appears to sift through some documents on a desk, she suggests that perhaps this situation is the one positive outcome from her father's accident. Kristina struggles with her guilt over her actions, which were never intended to hurt Rick or Elizabeth Baldwin. Her target was Ava. Meanwhile, Diane Miller and Alexis are up against the wall, focusing on Kristina's judicial commitment. This commitment might actually be the silver lining, as it could help uncover the underlying issues Kristina has faced for years. Meanwhile, Laura is with Sonny Corinthos, and her expression reveals her worry. Sonny inquires if someone is pressuring her to target him, which is indeed the case. Ezra Boyle has been exerting political pressure regarding her unsavory associations, as he, Drew, and Jen Sidwell are all in cahoots to acquire Sonny's pier. The initial plans for the Esplanade clearly designated a specific location in Port Charles, and Pier 55 does not fit that description. Will Laura be forced to arrest Sonny and initiate legal action to make her point? Neither of them desires that outcome, especially since Sonny is not currently facing any legal issues in Port Charles. In Jack Brennan's suite at Metro Court, Carly opens up about her deepest anxieties, and it seems Jack might not be able to assist her. Overwhelmed with emotion, she reveals that she might have inadvertently given Michael Corinthos' children to Willow and Drew. Her frustration was palpable, and had Jason not intervened at the last moment, she might have struck Willow. Thankfully, Wiley Corinthos was out of the room during that heated moment, which could have made things even more complicated. Michael calls Sasha into his office to talk. He explains he needs her help and thinks he and Willow are headed for a divorce. Michael explains she's filed for separation, and it seems Nina may be influencing her thoughts and decisions. He has no idea what is going on in Willow's head anymore. Sasha offers to reach out to Nina, but Michael isn't asking that. Michael says after speaking with Diane, he has to prepare for the worst. He may have to go public with Willow and Drew's affair. She assumes he wants to make sure their affair is kept secret. Michael says he never thought Willow would act this way, but she is still a good mother. Sasha believes so too, but divorce can be ugly, and people are whispering in Willow's ear right now. Michael doesn't want their kids to see the worst of him and Willow. He saw that with his own parents during their divorce. Sasha promises not to tell anyone about their night as she's leaving town. This conversation has solidified it. Michael doesn't want her to leave town because of him. Sasha says she doesn't have a choice and she's pregnant. Michael realizes the baby is his. She was hesitant to tell him. He thanks her for telling him, but asks why she was considering not doing it. She says this wasn't planned, but he won't let her go through this alone. She explains she wants this child and doesn't want anything from him. She knew if she told him that he'd want to be a father, but she doesn't want him involved. She doesn't want to hurt him, but a baby who is a Corinthos and a Quartermain will have a complicated life. The Quartermains have made backstabbing one another an art, and his father has put Michael in a certain position growing up. And she doesn't want this baby to have to deal with that either. Michael can't pretend he's not the father and wants to be a part of this baby's life. Sasha knows most women would love the support he's offering, but she's thinking long-term. This won't help his custody case with Willow. Michael hates having to choose between who he's a father to. General Hospital spoilers indicate that tension between Drew Kane and Nina Reeves is about to reach a boiling point. There is bound to be one confrontation after another, as Nina believes that Drew is controlling her daughter, Willow Corinthos, and that them moving in together is a terrible idea. An argument between Nina and Drew could lead to passion again, which happened the first time they had sex. This could happen again, only with disastrous consequences. This secret has yet to explode, and could happen in a very huge way. Nina and Drew have gotten into their fair share of arguments lately, and another one could happen at Drew's new home that Willow has just moved into with her children, Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. Nina would tell Drew that there is no way that she is going to allow this to continue, and would find a way to break up him and Willow. Drew would tell her that there is nothing that she can do. Nina would tell Drew that there is one thing that she could do that would ensure that Willow leaves him for good. Nina Reeves tells Drew Kane that she is going to come clean to Willow Corinthos. Nina would tell Drew that the only way to truly break them up is to tell Willow the truth about her and Drew, and Drew tells her that he would never allow that. Drew tells her that she would lose her daughter for good if she comes clean, but Nina would say that if that is what happens, so be it. Drew would get so angry and hostile that he would threaten to kill Nina. Things would get so heated, and he would grab Nina and they would kiss, and begin to engage in sexual intercourse, due to their mutual hatred and animosity towards each other. But little do they know, Willow has gotten off work at General Hospital early, and is on her way home. Nina and Drew continue to engage in sexual intercourse in their intense hatred for each other. Willow Corinthos would be shocked to walk in and see Drew and Nina having sex, and be beside herself. Willow would be completely shocked, bewildered, and disgusted. Willow would confront them, and Drew would try his best to explain, but he couldn't. Nina would then confess the truth that this isn't the first time that this has happened, and that she and Drew have been intimate before. Willow would be shocked by this revelation and ask Drew if it is true. Drew would reluctantly confirm and tell Willow that he loves her. Nina would tell her everything from the beginning, and Willow would vow never to forgive either of them. General Hospital fans were recently stirred by a surprising question from Sarah Joy Brown. The Emmy-winning actress, known for originating Carly and later portraying Claudia, teased the possibility of returning to the show. Her playful poll on X sparked immediate buzz. Viewers couldn't help but wonder, could she really come back as a third character? Let's find out. The keyword General Hospital fits perfectly into Brown's career story. She debuted as Carly Corinthos in 1996. She left that role in 2001, but returned in 2008 as Claudia Zakura. That dual casting move paid off big. Now, fans wonder if a third role might be next. Brown replied to a fan on X who suggested she return again. They said, "You could always do a third character." Brown's response? Be honest. Do y'all really like when actors play 3 roles on the same show? That sparked a debate, but it leaned heavily in her favor. Many fans pointed out that great acting should always come back, no matter the name or face. One fan took the theory further. They said Brown could play Skye Quartermain. It's a character with history, and one that's missing from the canvas. Brown didn't say yes, but she didn't say no either. Instead, she simply noted she misses the actors who play the Quartermains. Her playful tone and careful words suggest that there may be talks happening behind the scenes. Nothing is confirmed yet, but fans are watching closely. One follower nailed the sentiment, saying, "I'd watch no matter who you played." Others reminded her that Roger Howarth has done this too. Brown agreed, saying she loved his work. That little bit of admiration may be a signal that she's not opposed to the idea. Soap operas are built on second chances and stunning surprises. Brown's return, even as someone new, would be welcome. With strong fan support and a legacy on General Hospital, Sarah Joy Brown's return feels more likely than ever. Whether she plays a new face or someone from the past, viewers seem more than ready. Let's wait and see if the General Hospital casting team delivers on this dream. Keep coming back to Soap Opera Daily for more updates like such. General Hospital spoilers reveal Drew Quartermain, formerly and perhaps soon to be Kane, has found himself tangled in a deliciously twisted love triangle, and he's not pulling any punches. Drew is laying it on thick, taunting Nina Reeves with a vicious portrait of her jealousy as he cozies up to her daughter, Willow Corinthos. GH fans, get ready for some serious shade, because this mother-daughter rivalry is about to ignite, and Drew is intent on fanning the flames with glee. Things have been simmering ever since Willow and Drew locked lips in that steamy moment no one saw coming. Nina has been on edge, watching her former paramour slip further into her daughter's orbit, and Drew isn't letting it slide quietly. Spoilers say he's turning the screws, painting Nina as a green-eyed monster in front of anyone who will listen. You can't stand it, can you? He might snap, smirking as Nina fumes. Willow has what you never could, my heart. It's a low blow, and Drew knows it, but he's playing this game like a pro, pushing Nina to the brink while Willow is caught in the middle. Cue the fireworks. Nina isn't one to take this lying down. Spoilers tease she's spiraling, her pride stung as Drew flaunts his connection with Willow. Picture her storming into Crimson, slamming drawers, and muttering about betrayal, or worse, confronting Willow with tears and accusations. "He's using you to get to me." She might cry, but Willow isn't likely to buy it. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife, and Nina's anger painted as envy is turning her into the villain of her own story. Will she lash out at Drew, sabotage Willow's happiness, or dig up dirt to even the score? Whatever's coming, it's gonna be ugly. Here's the twist. Willow isn't just a prize in this tug-of-war. She's got feelings, and they're messy. Drew's charm has her, but Nina's meltdown is tugging at her conscience. Does she stand by her man, or try to mend fences with her fractured mom? And let's not forget Michael Corinthos. He's recuperating, but could return anytime. Drew's nasty jabs at Nina might just backfire, driving a wedge between him and Willow if she catches wind of his cruelty. GH fans are split. Some are Team Drew, loving his ruthless edge, while others are rooting for Nina to claw her way back into her daughter's good graces. General Hospital star Kirsten Storms stayed slaying while winning at life. On social media, she shared a new candid confession with fans. Storms admitted a truth bomb we could all use. Waiting in the pickup line at school isn't bad. On Thursday, April 10, Storms posted a new reel on Instagram. She shared a clip of herself waiting to pick up her daughter, Harper, from school. The GH star looked good while she did it. She wore her platinum blonde hair in a half-up, half-down hairstyle. She completed her mommy look with dark sunglasses and a black skull t-shirt. Storms admitted that she got it made. She realized that she was living a life as she waited for her daughter. She unveiled her plan that other parents could use, especially if they need some me time or quiet time. This would be a good time to bring a tablet, book, or snacks. Okay, new plan I wanted to share with other moms. But sorry for the weird camera angle, Storm said as she munched on a cookie. I'm in the school pickup line, and I'm thinking, this isn't bad. The 15-minute wait, parked in the car. I have Harper's iPad, and I'm watching Netflix. I have snacks. Storms made a realization. She was willing to wait 30 minutes if she had to. She might end up as the first parent to pick up her kid, but she doesn't mind. This could become her favorite pastime. It's also a good time for Storms to catch up on crochet work. But she admitted, there are other moms who do this. I'm late to the game. In her caption, Storms explained, I thought I would never figure out the correct timing for the school pickup line. Today, I realized something. Waiting in the car doesn't have to be a bad thing. She also learned something else. She figured out how to use captions in her videos while she was waiting. The former child star added, let's not focus on that, and instead be slightly impressed that I understood Harper's instructions on how to use CapCut to make this video. The clip flashed to black and featured the CapCut logo along with the phrase, that happened. Other parents took to the comment section to share their thoughts on the school pickup line. Many admitted that it was the best part of their day. I always say the best part of my day is waiting for my son in the pickup loop at his school. I purposely give myself 30 minutes to school, read a book, or just relax, one fan wrote. I agree. It's the only time I get to sit and rest. That's the life of a mom, another user agreed. I do listen to podcasts that give me information and comfort these days, a third fan noted. General Hospital spoilers suggest that fans watched Haley Polo's grow-up daytime screens playing Molly Lansing Davis, a role she entered in 2009 at the age of 11. Unfortunately, Polo's left the soap in 2023 after she was involved in a car accident and charged with drinking under the influence. But could she return to her role as Molly? Could this happen as soon as this February 2025? General Hospital spoilers. Haley Polo's has done her time in jail. It's important to note that Polo's was sentenced to 90 days in jail on April 29th of last year. She was released on July 29th and sentenced to 5 years of probation. Since Polo's GH exit, there has been a number of actresses to play Molly. Holiday Mia Kriegel temporarily filled in 2023, only to be replaced by Brooke Ann Smith and then Kristen Vaganos. Vaganos has been playing Molly ever since, and most GH fans would agree she's done a phenomenal job. But as Polos is out of jail, it's hard not to think that she could return to the show. GH spoilers. The rumor mill on social media. There have been some rumors circulating on social media that Polos could return to GH as Molly, as early as May 2025 sweeps month. The claims were shared on a Facebook GH page, and one fan wasn't overly pleased, stating, "Ugh." General Hospital just posted that Haley Polo's is coming back to reprise her role as Molly in May. What a slap in the face to the most recent Molly. She added that she made the character palatable, especially now that she and TJ are broken up. And now they're bringing her back? No, thank you. Other fans seem to have the same sentiment, supporting the idea of keeping Kristen Vaganos and not bringing Haley Polo's back. One GH viewer noted, if she's out of prison and on probation, it'd be a shock if she returned because Kristen has been playing the role so well, and she's a very beautiful young actress. It's important to note that neither the show nor Polos or Vaganos have announced any casting changes to the Molly Lansing Davis role. ABC General Hospital spoilers reveal that Carly is seeking a new advantage as Port Charles undergoes emotional upheaval. Although Willow and Drew are still her main targets, a new obsession is gradually forming as she realizes the power dynamics in the city are shifting rapidly. Carly begins to adapt her strategy, no longer focusing solely on revenge or protecting her own interests, but also aiming to strengthen her position in a transforming Port Charles. The appearance of Brennan and his deepening connection with Jocelyn forces Carly to rethink her approach. She starts to realize that to protect her daughter and maintain her influence, she must adjust her calculations. Instead of confronting Brennan directly, Carly is considering a more sophisticated strategy, possibly involving a temporary alliance or infiltrating WSB operations through other channels. She begins to investigate Brennan's past, leveraging her connections to find weaknesses she can exploit. Simultaneously, Carly keeps a close watch on Willow and Drew. Rather than breaking them up outright, she explores how to use their relationship to her advantage. Carly sees a path through Willow, access to sensitive ELQ information, and Drew's business dealings. She adopts a more conciliatory approach toward Willow, rebuilding their relationship under the guise of care and support. Beyond her focus on individuals, Carly seeks to expand her influence citywide. She becomes more active in charity events and community affairs, using her position at the Metro Court to forge alliances. One of her boldest moves involves investing in new businesses in Port Charles, especially in technology or healthcare, to diversify her power base and expand her network. Meanwhile, Brennan is reevaluating his own approach. To succeed in Port Charles, he begins expanding his network beyond Jocelyn, possibly including Carly and other members of the Corinthos family. He engineers chance encounters at Metro Court and starts collecting data on internal WSB activities. Brennan's growing doubts about the WSB's legitimacy create the potential for an unlikely alliance with Carly. As their strategies evolve, Carly and Brennan find themselves drawn into a complex game of mutual manipulation. Their relationship develops into one of secret meetings and strategic exchanges. They both recognize the risks, neither fully trusts the other. Their interactions resemble a chess match, each trying to predict the other's next move, while holding back vital pieces of information. Meanwhile, Willow and Drew remain unaware they are pawns in this larger scheme. Their relationship deepens, with Drew offering stability and Willow seeking emotional safety. But small interactions with Carly reveal more than they intend. Adding another layer, a new character, an international entrepreneur, enters the picture. Interested in ELQ and the Metro Court, this new player becomes a potential ally or rival, further complicating the power struggle. Carly begins to take more aggressive action. No longer content with gathering information, she sets a plan in motion to break up Willow and Drew. She starts by subtly planting seeds of doubt in Willow's mind about Drew's past and reliability, while suggesting to Drew that Willow might have ulterior motives. Carly creates situations that trigger conflict between the couple, highlighting their differing values and stirring citywide rumors. The climax is an event at Metro Court, where Carly orchestrates a series of revelations through third parties, timed to expose secrets about Drew and Willow. Yet, Carly presents herself as a concerned friend, subtly encouraging them to focus on other priorities, like business or motherhood. Her goal: to end their relationship without direct confrontation. However, Jason begins to notice a pattern. Aware of Carly's tendencies and growing suspicious, he starts investigating. As he uncovers the intricacies of her plan, Jason faces a moral dilemma: protect Carly or expose her manipulations. His decision could redefine alliances in Port Charles. Simultaneously, Brennan's true motives come to light. Jocelyn uncovers a confidential WSB document detailing surveillance of the Corinthos family and herself. Horrified, she confronts Brennan, who admits partial guilt but tries to justify his actions. Jocelyn, showing growth and resolve, cuts ties and reports him to the WSB. Her revelations trigger a wider investigation. Brennan is exposed for abusing WSB power and using young, untrained assets for personal missions. He may even be working for a rival organization. Carly feels deeply betrayed, especially upon learning Brennan encouraged her plan against Willow and Drew. Jocelyn's bravery has ripple effects. The WSB dispatches agents to question those linked to Brennan. Sonny, long suspicious of Brennan, tightens his operations. Jason steps up to protect Jocelyn and neutralize any lingering threats. Yet questions remain. Has Brennan truly been defeated, or is this part of a larger scheme? Could Jocelyn have unknowingly played a role in a deeper plan? Social media spotlight. The GH cast continues to delight fans with off-screen glimpses. Steve Burton's behind-the-scenes photos lit up Instagram, gaining over 17,000 likes. His caption, "Blessed, grateful," reflects his appreciation for fan support and a thriving return. Steve Burton's photography talent. Aside from acting, Burton showcases surprising photography skills. His images reveal candid on-set moments, character prep, and script reads. Fans enjoy this peek behind the curtain, which strengthens the performer-viewer bond. Cast camaraderie. Kin Shriner and Cameron Matheson added humor, teasing weapon positioning, and the mystery of Drew's identity. Burton's fiancée Michelle chimed in with a heartfelt, "Gosh, I love you," adding warmth to the chaos. Legacy of mayhem. Kidnapping, presumed deaths, and altered identities. Classic, they've left their mark on characters like Jason and Drew, with long-term ripple effects on the Corinthos and Quartermain families. Drew's identity crisis. A comment from Cameron Matheson jokes, "We still can't be sure Drew is Drew." Fans speculate endlessly, especially with the twin storyline, fueling theories about swapped identities, amnesia, or manipulations. The twin dynamic. Jason holds the most resurrections record, while Drew's storyline adds psychological intrigue. The brothers' journeys continue to deepen the show's mythos of lost time and tangled family ties. The Mike era. Sonny's amnesia in Nixon Falls gave Maurice Benard a chance to stretch his range, playing a softer, more open version of Sonny. This arc altered his relationships, especially with Carly. Return and fallout. Sonny's eventual return to Port Charles reawakened pain and loyalty conflicts. This plotline remains one of GA's best uses of presumed death drama. Sabotage and betrayal. Kristina's attempt to sabotage Ava's car backfired. Instead, she tampered with Rick Lansing's brakes, injuring him and Elizabeth. The mistake occurred in the Metro Court parking garage, where Ava and Rick's cars were mistaken. Molly's discovery. Molly, who was supporting her injured father, will learn Kristina was behind it. This devastating revelation will ignite fury, betrayal, and possibly permanent damage to their sisterly bond. Kristina's manipulation tactics. Kristina may apologize, but her history of blaming others and minimizing responsibility rings hollow. She's used similar tactics in past misdeeds, Shiloh, Dawn of Day, and Parker included. Molly's legal eye. Molly's background as a lawyer gives her perspective on Kristina's recklessness. She might argue Kristina's lack of moral compass is worse than Ava's manipulations. Robert Scorpio's opportunity. With District Attorney Robert Scorpio watching for Corinthos-related slip-ups, this could be his chance to prosecute Kristina, especially if evidence ties her to the vehicle tampering. Dante's dilemma. As Kristina's half-brother, Dante may be forced to investigate her. This adds another emotional wrinkle as he weighs duty versus family loyalty. Molly's health risks. The betrayal could trigger Molly's depression, especially following her miscarriage. TJ may become concerned as the emotional weight escalates. Kristina's denial continues. When confronted, Kristina may plead, "Please don't let Ava come between us." But the irony will infuriate Molly, who sees her sister's manipulations for what they are. In the heart-pounding world of General Hospital, where loyalty is often tested and secrets lie. Just beneath the surface, one man finds himself at the crossroads of justice and family. Rick Lansing, once a pillar of moral strength and unshakable commitment to truth, is now grappling with the biggest ethical dilemma of his life, one that could either shatter or protect the lives of those he holds dear. Rick's current alliance with Ava Jerome, an unpredictable player in the Port Charles landscape, has reached a boiling point. Their partnership, forged out of mutual need and strategic advantage, teeters on the edge of collapse. The catalyst? A piece of shocking evidence captured on a security camera, footage from a parking lot that threatens to unravel everything. It all begins with a tragic accident that lands Rick in the hospital, his body battered and his mind clouded by questions. The incident, set into motion by the impulsive actions of Kristina Corinthos Davis, not only left Rick injured, but also placed Elizabeth Baldwin in harm's way. Both victims were unintended collateral damage in a chaotic moment of recklessness, and Rick, even in his weakened state, becomes obsessed with uncovering the truth. Determined to piece together what happened, Rick gains access to exclusive footage from a nearby parking lot surveillance camera, a recording that captures the critical seconds leading up to the crash. What he discovers is both incriminating and deeply personal. Kristina, panicked and emotional, is seen slamming on the brakes of Rick's vehicle. The move, desperate and misguided, leads directly to the collision. With the footage in hand, Rick feels a surge of righteous fury. Here is undeniable proof that Kristina was at fault, and he knows that turning it over to the authorities would all but guarantee her arrest. For a man who has always valued accountability, it seems like the obvious course of action. But just as Rick is about to deliver the footage to the police, Ava steps in with a chilling alternative. Ava Jerome, ever the opportunist, has no intention of letting Rick act on his moral instincts. She sees the footage not as evidence to be submitted, but as leverage, a tool to blackmail Alexis Davis and Sonny Corinthos. Her plan is cold and calculated. Use Kristina's moment of vulnerability to manipulate two of Port Charles' most powerful figures. In Ava's eyes, the tape is a golden ticket to influence, not justice. Rick, torn between his desire to do what's right and the emotional minefield of family ties, finds himself hesitating. Ava lays out her plan with ruthless precision. By holding onto the footage, they can extract favors, tilt negotiations, and control outcomes in ways that mere legal justice never could. And while Rick is initially horrified, her arguments begin to wear him down. What complicates Rick's decision further is his enduring connection to Alexis, his ex-wife, the mother of his daughter Molly, and someone he still respects deeply. He understands that turning in Kristina would not only devastate Alexis, but also fracture the already delicate bond between her daughters, Kristina and Molly. Despite their shared blood, the sisters couldn't be more different. Kristina is impulsive, reactive, and emotionally driven. Molly, by contrast, is thoughtful, reserved, and idealistic. Rick knows that exposing Kristina would almost certainly ignite a firestorm within the Davis family, a family already burdened by past betrayals, complicated loyalties, and painful histories. He worries that Molly, whose heart has been through enough, would be forced to take sides. He's seen firsthand how the sisters' contrasting personalities have caused tension, and he fears that this new crisis could be the final straw. There's also the haunting memory of Kristina's sacrifice. Despite her flaws, Kristina once made the selfless decision to act as a surrogate for Molly and TJ, even after suffering the crushing grief of losing her own child. That act alone proved that beneath her rash exterior lies a deeply compassionate heart. Rick cannot ignore this. As much as he wants accountability, he is reluctant to be the one to destroy Kristina's already fragile world. Reluctantly, Rick caves. He makes the fateful decision not to turn in the footage. Instead, he allows Ava to keep it, for now. It's a move that may protect Kristina, but it comes at a cost. Rick must now live with the knowledge that he's compromised his principles. Worse, he has unwittingly handed Ava Jerome a loaded weapon, one she won't hesitate to use when it suits her. As the days pass, Rick's internal struggle deepens. He can't stop thinking about the chain reaction his decision has set in motion. He watches Molly try to piece together what happened, sees Alexa's struggle with unspoken guilt, and begins to sense that Eva's manipulation may have consequences far beyond what either of them predicted. There is no undoing what has been done. The footage is gone, and the truth buried beneath layers of lies, half-truths, and emotional calculus. And yet, the story is far from over. In the twisted chess game of Port Charles, every secret comes with a price, and every lie eventually surfaces. Rick may have chosen family over responsibility for now, but at what cost? As Ava tightens her grip on the situation and tensions continue to mount between the Davis sisters, one thing is certain. The fallout from this decision will ripple through General Hospital in ways no one can yet imagine. In a heart-wrenching twist that has left Port Charles reeling, the untimely death of Sam McCall has not only devastated her loved ones, but also disrupted the burgeoning relationship between Jason Morgan and Anna Devane. This dramatic turn of events has sent shockwaves through the community, altering the dynamics among key characters and setting the stage for intense emotional fallout. Sam's heroic sacrifice ends in tragedy. Sam McCall's final act was one of selflessness and courage. Determined to prove her mother Alexis Davis's innocence in the murder of FBI agent John Cates, Sam embarked on a perilous dive to retrieve a crucial piece of evidence, a gun discarded in the river. Tragically, this mission led to her untimely death, leaving behind her son Danny and a community in mourning. Site Turn 0 Search 0. Jason and Anna's bond tested by grief. Prior to this tragedy, Jason and Anna had developed a strong bond while working together on a dangerous mission to rescue Lucky Spencer from the clutches of Jen Sidwell. Their shared experiences and mutual respect led to a deepening connection, culminating in a passionate kiss during a moment of vulnerability. Site Turn 0 Search 6. However, Sam's death has cast a shadow over their relationship. Jason is consumed by grief and guilt, questioning his actions and the choices that may have contributed to the loss of someone he deeply cared for. Anna, while supportive, is also grappling with her own emotions, uncertain about the future of their relationship amidst the turmoil. The return of Robin Scorpio adds complexity. Complicating matters further is the return of Robin Scorpio, Jason's former love interest and Anna's daughter. Robin's reappearance in Port Charles reignites old feelings and memories, adding another layer of complexity to Jason and Anna's already strained relationship. Her presence forces both Jason and Anna to confront unresolved issues from their pasts, making it even more challenging to navigate their current emotional landscape. Site Turn 0 Search 5. Jason's quest for justice. As the truth behind Sam's death emerges, Jason learns that Cyrus Renault was responsible for tampering with Sam's medication, leading to her fatal heart attack. This revelation ignites a fire within Jason, driving him to seek justice for Sam and protect their son Danny. Determined to hold Cyrus accountable, Jason embarks on a relentless pursuit, blurring the lines between justice and vengeance. Site Turn 0 Search 3. Anna's struggle with loyalty and love. Anna finds herself torn between her duty as a law enforcement officer and her personal feelings for Jason. As Jason delves deeper into a world of retribution, Anna must decide where her loyalties lie. Her internal conflict is further exacerbated by the presence of Robin, who serves as a constant reminder of the complexities of love and family ties. Anna's journey becomes one of self-discovery as she navigates the delicate balance between her professional responsibilities and her heart's desires. Site Turn 0 Search 2. The road ahead for Port Charles. The aftermath of Sam's death has set in motion a series of events that will have far-reaching consequences for the residents of Port Charles. Jason's pursuit of justice, Anna's emotional turmoil, and the reemergence of past relationships all intertwine to create a complex web of intrigue and drama. As the community grapples with loss and betrayal, alliances will be tested, and new dynamics will emerge, reshaping the landscape of Port Charles forever. Conclusion: Sam McCall's tragic demise has left an indelible mark on the hearts of those who knew and loved her. Her selfless act of bravery serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made in the pursuit of justice. As Jason and Anna confront their grief and the challenges that lie ahead, the residents of Port Charles brace themselves for the emotional upheaval that promises to redefine their lives. In the wake of loss, the strength of love, friendship, and resilience will be put to the ultimate test. Let's just say that no one is going to do her dirty like they did this time last year. Of course, we're talking about Maxie Jones on General Hospital. Seeing how her style and her wardrobe has changed so much in such a short period of time, a lot of people can't help but wonder if the actress might have taken control over her character Maxie and what she can and can't wear in front of the cameras. That's because it wasn't too long ago that Maxie was wearing frumpy, dark-colored clothing that put her in the shadows. Clearly, this wasn't the same fashion-conscious Maxie Jones that everyone grew to love over the years. But there has clearly been a huge shift in the character. That's because Maxie is back to where she was a few years ago, and that's wearing the kind of outfits that the runways haven't even seen yet. This has prompted a lot of people to wonder if Kirsten had anything to do with this sudden change, seeing how Maxie has never looked this good. From the leather jackets to the lace and the bow ties, Maxie is making a huge fashion statement, and yes, people are noticing. That, or there's a chance that the writers and wardrobe department have decided to put the character completely in the hands of her portrayer. If that's the case, then clearly it's the best decision they've made in a very long time. Here's hoping that Maxie continues to look this good, because fans are now tuning in more than ever before just to see what she's wearing. The ladies over at Forrester Creations on the Bold and the Beautiful might want to take some notes if you know what we mean. So far, Kirsten Storms has not made any comments about the speculation just yet. Of course, General Hospital fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next.